every single person in my mind can give you something different. It can give you a different experience. You can get different emotional support from different types of humans. And the idea of kind of hoping that one person can do it for me. I'm a handful. I'm a tall drink of water and a big personality. So that's a lot to put on one person.
All those things are true.
Welcome to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Here's your host, Marcus.
Welcome to another episode of Secrets of a Sugar Daddy, the #1 sugar dating podcast in the world, where we pull back the curtains on the good and the bad. And Lily,
the busty.
Maybe, but the shocking stories of sugar dating. Who's busty?
Alejandra's going to be joining the busty brunette club.
You know, I made a little commitment for a Christmas gift, and she's been telling everybody now.
Yeah, and we're going to the titty bar so we can titty shop.
Are we? Is that where you do your research?
That is exactly where I do my research.
So you go to the strip club and then you ask them where they got their boobs done?
I absolutely do.
You find some that are nice, to the touch? I don't think you could touch there, right?
No, I didn't touch them. I just said, your knockers are perfection.
Yeah?
Tell me you got them done locally because I need a breast lift. And she told me her doctor, and I recommended her doctor to Alejandra. That's not actually who I ended up using.
Really?
I went back to my original guy.
Which strip bar did you go to?
Bourbon Street.
Oh, you did? So we need to go do some field research?
Yes.
I've had worse assignments.
I mean, you want to get your money's worth, right?
Right. Hey, if you guys have not joined the Patreon yet, I think our party will either be happening or be done by the time this episode comes out. But you're going to want to see all the videos and behind the scenes photos. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then there's so many great perks, and it's free to join, Lily.
It is?
We have a lot of free members, and they get some free stuff. We actually throw free things. You threw some free things on there the other day.
Put a bunch this week.
Yeah. So we do value our free members, but we value even more our paid tier members. And now you guys get everything. Even the lowest tier, which is $10 a month, unlocks the entire site. We have a community chat that is really good.
It is fun.
We've got some great members in there, guys and women. And there's a lot of great advice. Like, people will ask questions and I'll see the answers and I'm like, bingo, that is fantastic.
We need you to join the paid tiers so you can pay my wages.
Yeah, and I owe Lily a lot of money because these episodes do take some time. I had to edit the last one, and I'm a few days late on getting it released because it just is time consuming and I'm busy.
I feel so validated and vindicated because you always complain about how long it takes me.
Do you not know that I did all this by myself before you entered the picture?
I know, but I think you forgot.
Oh, I didn't forget.
Because this time I'm like, this is the first time in a really long time we don't have an episode out on time.
Right.
You're like, I'm still editing it.
Yeah. Anyway, I like to take out the ums and ahs and you knows, and I have a lot of those. You guys don't get to hear those because I take them out.
Yeah, we sound like we're professional spokespeople, but
anyway,
we're really not.
We would love to have you there and join us. It's like joining a family. So anyway, we have a special guest today all the way from Australia. She joined us before, and welcome back, Kat.
Meow.
Hello.
So
how are we all?
We were supposed to have another guest with you, but he had some things come up. So that's okay. We're going to grab him another day. He's a sugar daddy, right?
Yeah, I did speak about him briefly in the last episode. He's one of my long-term SDs. Lovely South African man. I was trying to think of a name for him and was sort of landing on like, maybe we can call him the South African stud. He was pretty chuffed to hear that.
Yeah.
Oh,
so he's
nice.
a South African living in Australia?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So that's where you met him?
Yeah.
Now, remind us where you're at.
I'm in Melbourne.
And just to give our new listeners, because we get new listeners every episode, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am working professional. I've been sugaring for over 2 years now, I think, quite a while. And I met you guys through it all, which is really exciting.
Now, you came to our party.
I did. I got absolutely spoiled rotten.
Yeah, you came to Sugarpalooza IV, which was Hootie and the Blowfish. Have you recovered yet?
I mean, it was pretty hard to come back to life after that trip, to be honest.
Yeah.
Settling back into work life. Oh, my goodness. It was just kind of, there was definitely moments of like, what am I doing?
Yeah. Do you still keep in touch with anybody you met at the party?
Yeah. Yep. Alejandra and I speak pretty regularly. Indian Princess. Yeah, a few of the girls. And then the WhatsApp chat still pops off.
Yeah.
Oh, it's popping.
Yeah.
Well, we get some wild conversations going up in there.
I know the girls really, really enjoyed meeting you, and they still talk about you a lot. So we're glad that you came and everybody was able to meet you in person. I don't think they knew what they were getting.
Yeah. I mean, you don't know when it's coming from the other side of the world, right?
Right. Well, you did your video, and then you were on our Patreon, and then you participated in a video where you asked the Sugar Daddies for some sponsorship money along with some other girls, and they came through. But once we met you in person, it was just a whole different thing. And that's what's really cool is you can video chat with somebody or you can see a video, but that in-person meeting is a lot of times different than even what you expect. When they're like right in front of you, all of a sudden you kind of get to see the height. And Kat is very tall.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, I think that's shocked a few people. I think it shocked you the most.
Whoa, you're a tall drink of water. Yeah.
Absolutely. Have you gotten a chance to wear those cowgirl boots very much?
I've worn them twice, specifically once for the SD that bought them for me, obviously.
Did you wear them with lingerie?
I don't even think we got to the lingerie part. This is the guy that's just not that interested in intimacy at all. It's wild.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Let's hear this.
Yeah, so I met him 2 months prior to my trip when I come to America. I just thought he was obviously taking it slow, wanted to get to know me. I think in like 4 months we've fooled around maybe twice. It's absolutely insane. I've never had this sort of relationship. And I know everyone's like, it's myth. It's an absolute myth, but no, it's real.
I mean, I guess no sexual pressure.
Yeah,
that's kind of nice.
Just kind of
is he fun to hang out
happens.
with?
Yeah, he's so fun. We get along so well, have a lot of good interest in music and movies. And yeah, we just do activities and eat a lot of food, a lot of good food.
Is he super generous?
Very generous. Very, like, insanely generous. Yeah, literally bought the boot. He actually only in the last 3 weeks put me onto an allowance. And yeah, it's a very generous allowance.
Wait, how's that structured?
So it's weekly, every week. Yeah, pretty much comes in no different to a working wage, which is absolutely insane. I'm still kind of like, is this real?
And so you're getting a generous, healthy weekly allowance, and there's no pressure for intimacy. Is there an expectation of how often you hang out every week?
Yeah, so the allowance actually come about because he was having a really bad week. We used to see each other once a fortnight just for a date. And then it was like the week that we weren't seeing each other, he was just having a really awful week. So I did just pop past. He lives not far from me and just dropped him off some coffees. And then the next day I got a message basically being like, I'd really like that more often. You don't have to have long times with me, but if you just want to pop by, say hello, things like that, I'd prefer to have you on an allowance and make that happen if that's something you do. So yeah, we see each other for a proper date once a fortnight. And in between, we'll go to the movies or we'll go for a walk. He's really into his fitness, so we do some activities together. And that's it. And I'm the one that's kind of like looking at him like, can we fool around? Like,
is he hot? How old is he?
He is. He's so handsome. He's taller than me, silver fox. Yeah, he's a very sweet human. He's, I guess, in the tech world. So maybe just the nervousness. Like, he just gets very, very nervous touching a woman.
Okay, remind us how old you are.
I'm 30.
30, and he's how old?
49.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so not huge, like not a huge gap for me, but yeah.
Do you think he has any kind of problems or difficulty or challenges with libido?
I think so. Yeah, I do think he just doesn't have a drive. Like, there's definitely been nights we've had together where we've had a few drinks and everything's going where I thought it would. And then he's just like, no, I'm just really happy with exactly where this is right now. and just wants to leave it. So it's a very weird, you're very used to the other end in the sugaring world. So I have to admit, it's been a bit of a head process for me to just settle into being okay with that as well, because you are so used to the other side of it. And obviously I like the other side of it too, but it's actually really nice. Like, it's been such a different experience for me with him.
Okay, so how many sugar daddies are you juggling currently?
I've still got my 3. I've got the exact same 3 that I had when I was traveling. I've been so lucky, to be honest, with these 3. So I'm not on Seeking at all anymore. So we have our South African stud, and then this guy, I call him my little nerdy guy. And then I have a beautiful Singaporean man who's just handsome as hell. And that's it.
And tell us about the Singapore guy. What's he like?
He's lovely. He is going through a bit of a separation right now. So we only see each other like once a fortnight. It's very much like the classic escapism of the mind. Like, that's his sort of goal, is like he wants to go out, have dinner, have a few drinks, pretend the world doesn't exist for a night or 2 with me. So it's great. We get along really well. We have really good attraction to each other, but it's definitely just more of it's an arrangement. Like, it feels like an arrangement.
Yeah. How's the intimacy in that situation?
So good.
So good.
Yeah, so good.
Is that more of a PPM thing?
She's like, so good. I wish you could have seen her face when she said that.
I hope
her eyes roll back in her head. It's so good.
It's a lot of fun.
How is the sugar dating scene in Australia compared to, you didn't get to really experience it in the US though, did you?
No, I think I teed up a couple of dates, but they ended up, one of them cancelled, and then one of them I cancelled because it was just too tricky I didn't know where I was going or what I was doing, and I had such a short time with you guys. So here in Melbourne, because I've been on the other side of Seeking where I'm looking for women to bring into the situation, so I've seen all the profiles. There's a lot of people on Seeking here, but I just don't have a clue how, I guess, common it is, or it's just not spoken about. Like, it's definitely not talked about. People here, because it's legal to be an escort here. So I guess it's like that sort of world is a lot busier and more spoken about than sugaring.
The escorted world. Okay, interesting.
Well, Kat, I have a special surprise for you. She just walked in. Come here.
Stop. Hello, beautiful.
I can't hear what she's saying. Hello. I miss you.
I miss you.
And in walks the busty brunette that we were discussing earlier.
So Alejandra just got,
be.
She was in Old Town Scottsdale. I told her to come in and surprise. You didn't know Kat was.
Yeah, let's mic her up.
You didn't know we were interviewing Kat. So Alejandra and Kat really hit it off in our party weekend, and they still talk quite a bit. And we're going to get her a microphone here in just a second. So Kat, have you talked much with the other Australian that's coming to Sugarpalooza 5? We've got another girl coming from Australia.
Yeah, I have. She's so nice. I'm really excited for her to have this experience too. I mean, I think she's coming over to you guys with some great experiences as well from the sound of it. So yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to hearing how she goes.
Now, she's from a different part of Australia. How far away is she?
Oh, ages. I'm in the bottom right-hand side of Australia, and she's in the complete other end, the left side of Australia. So I can't even explain how far away. I know it's a damn long flight. So
yeah. Okay. Have you talked with her to see how the scene is there in Perth?
Yeah, she has also found herself with some pretty good regulars. Last time I spoke to her, it was a little while ago that I touched base, so I don't know where she's at now, but I know she was relatively new from memory. So yeah, it's pretty exciting to see her journey, and I'm so pumped for her to come over to meet you all.
Yeah. I can't believe we have another Australian girl coming.
We're telling you, got to come here for a party.
You know, I looked at our listenership, our analytics, and we do have quite a few Australian listeners. It's amazing.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah, I was surprised. So number one, obviously, is U.S., and then I think it's Canada, UK, and then Australia.
That's cool. That's very
fourth,
cool.
yeah.
Yep, we've got to do it. Party one day. Otherwise, you guys just have to come for a holiday.
Well, how long of a flight is it?
Really
from
LA,
long. Yeah, LA to Melbourne, it's 13 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean,
not too bad. But take some sleeping tablets. You'll be right.
It's not bad if you're in first class.
Yeah, exactly.
I flew up there not in first class. and it was kind of miserable, but I came back in what I guess you call it business class, and it was lovely. I didn't mind. I just kicked back, relaxed, watched movies, crashed. It was good.
Definitely a bucket list thing for me is to eventually get to that first class in an airplane for a long trip.
I'm Jenna Fisher.
And I'm Angela Kinsey.
And together we have the podcast Office Ladies.
Just because we finished rewatching The Office does not mean we're going anywhere.
Every Wednesday, we'll be sharing even more exclusive stories from The Office and our friendship with brand new guests. Plus, you can revisit all the Office Ladies rewatch episodes every Monday with new bonus tidbits before every episode.
So follow and listen to Office Ladies on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah, so good.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
Alejandra, scoot your cute booty over here. Scoot your stool over.
So we're gonna bring over here. We're gonna bring Alejandra in here. Can you see her? There you go.
Hello. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
So what have you two cheeky girls been discussing on WhatsApp?
We gossip a lot.
Yeah, I bet you do. So Alejandra's been out there experiencing the dating scene. Has she been telling you all about it?
Yeah, we've been comparing some battle stories.
Yeah. Pretty interesting.
Sorry, Alejandra. I won't tell too much. Don't worry.
Well, hopefully I know most everything, but now I'm wondering if I do.
You're pretty cut up on everything.
Oh, yeah, you say that.
You are.
It's just so funny because we keep having this conversation about these people who are in open relationships, and some of them have a policy, don't ask, don't tell. You can do whatever you want. I just don't want to know. Now, Marcus is the opposite, and I think Kat is probably the opposite as well, in that he's more comfortable if he does know what's going on.
I don't like filling in the blanks. Now, I may not like the story too much initially, but I at least like to know what it is I'm dealing with, and then I can deal with it. When I have to fill in the blanks in my head, crazy shit goes on up there.
Yeah.
Yes, that's when you start like making up stories or comparing yourself and things like that to the other people they're telling you about it when you find out about it. And I think the worst is when you're like, but why lie when we're open about it? There's no reason. So now you're thinking about other reasons why.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to adjust. I don't know yet if I like knowing everything or I rather keep it as you do you, but just don't tell me the details.
Alejandra's been on both sides. I'll tell her things, and then other things I'll tell her. She's like, maybe I shouldn't know. Maybe just don't tell me.
I was definitely the girl who would not want to know.
Really?
Yeah, because I would get jealous and I would get self-esteem issues comparing myself.
I don't know. I kind of feel like Alejandra and I communicate better than we ever have. Do you feel like that?
I feel like I overshare everything.
You
with
overshare. But I like it. I like that you can overshare with me. When you come home from a date or you meet somebody and you tell me all about it. I don't know. I've just always been interested in human behavior and relationships and things like that.
I think it depends as well on the comfortability and like what you're so used to knowing how to communicate. I'm the same as you, Marcus. Like I would much prefer to hear how the date went. Did you do anything fun? All those things, because it's been like open. But I guess on the flip side of that, for some people, it can feel a bit squirmish to kind of talk about it, perhaps, because you're so used to being told, no, you don't live like this. This is not how you communicate or how you talk to someone you care about.
Right.
Obviously, the reason that I reached out to you guys was because of this exact situation with my long-term, who we're very open, and he was going to come on and talk about his side of things as well. But he found himself, we brought a woman into our situation, which was so exciting. It's something we've done multiple times. And then this particular situation, they decided to meet up separately, but neither of them told me about it. And he ended up bursting at the seams next time he saw me and was like, I've got to tell you something. Like I lied, I did the wrong thing. I was like, well, what happened? And he's like, I saw her behind your back. And I was like, right, so why? And it just blew my mind. I couldn't understand. I didn't care that he did it. I didn't care that he was seeing that person. I cared that it was the lie now, because it sort of made me question, what is the purpose of lying to me, or how are we in our arrangement that you feel like you have to lie, because that's not the point. Love and Marcus' perspective on that one.
Well, really quick, tell us which one this is. Is this the nerdy?
This is South African, yeah.
Oh,
so he was the one that was going to be on today.
The South African stud. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to him coming on later.
He's great. He's
we're going to we'll get him scheduled, and you've got to come on too, obviously. Is he your main guy then?
Yeah. So we've been seeing each other for like nearly a year and a half now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Besides the other girl that you introduced him to, does he have additional sugar babies?
Yeah, so he's got 2 others. He travels for work, so he's got one in Sydney, and then he's got another really casual one in Melbourne. So this is why, like, I know all of these things. Like, we regularly talk about it, and some of the times I'm the one teeing up other girls for him. So, yeah, it's a bit of an odd situation to find myself in right now.
What do you think, Marcus?
Well,
have you ever hidden anything from Alejandra?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Why?
Did it bite you in the ass?
Oh, yeah. It always does. Yeah, or most always does. I'm trying to think of anything right now that I haven't discussed with her. But yeah, when you're initially getting to know somebody and you're really starting to like them, you just don't know where to go with it. And we found that we were both hiding things from each other and both kind of not telling the whole truth, when one would ask. And then, of course, Alejandra's a terrible liar, and I can always tell. And
I have the worst poker face.
Yeah, she's got a terrible poker face, and I do play poker, so I'm pretty good at reading people. And then when she spent the night, she was tossing and turning, and I go, something's bothering you.
This is what I always say. Are you awake?
Yeah.
He's like, yes. I'm like, I'm ready to be honest.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, I knew it. I knew you were not telling me the truth about something. Yeah.
And although you have a great poker face, I always find the truth.
Oh, always?
Always. Mm-hmm. They come to me without looking.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do have to look, but normally they come to me.
Yeah. So we've gotten to the point, thank goodness, we're going on 2.5 years now. So we finally have gotten to that point where we're really comfortable at sharing and knowing neither one of us is going to judge each other. Neither one of us is going to run for the hills. I feel pretty confident we can work through about anything at this point.
And
but it didn't come like that.
Yeah, it hasn't always been like that. Because I remember a couple of instances where you got super jealous and actually super hurt, Marcus.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And this is before you were so open-minded about hearing the stories.
Yeah. No, it's been a process, and it's been a growing thing for both of us. But I really, really like where we're at. Again, Alejandra's like, I don't know how much longer I could take this.
I'm still trying to adjust. I feel like I've always been very monogamous. So going back to open, I get very jealous. I'm very territorial. I love my man for me. I want to be the one that gets spoiled the most, loved the most. So having to share that with someone else, multiple other people, it has its challenges. It's not always fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you get into the man's head, a lot of this is very just physical and just for the variety. I don't know. I would have never been this way with my ex-wife. I would have never dreamed I would have been like this. I didn't grow up like that. But I finally, and you know who introduced me to that was Amy, my original co-host. And I had to go through a growing process with her because my feelings were growing with her. And I'm like, what do you mean you want to go out with other people? Am I not good enough? Are you not enjoying your time with me? But she was just insistent that she was non-monogamous. And then all of a sudden, I just kept seeing her coming back to me. After the date, she'd come back, and she'd tell me all about it. And then I started really enjoying talking about it, examining what happened, watching these guys blow it with her by professing their love too quickly for her, scaring her off, doing the craziest shit. And I'm like, wow, okay, not only is this a learning thing for me, but I can see these mistakes so clearly. You know, when you're on the outside looking in, like when you see a couple and you're just like, that couple should not be together, yet they're still together and they're so toxic together. You can just see it. And then eventually everything blows up just like you thought it was going to. So I just finally started studying relationships more and more, watching lots of stuff on YouTube, relationship therapists, psychotherapists, coaches. It's just one of those things that fascinate me. And so being open for me, well, when we were exclusive, I started just feeling like I was just tied up and not able to express myself, not able to meet people, because I enjoy people. Because I didn't want to upset her, because I value her. She's fantastic. So I appreciate her going along with this. And she's having a lot of fun, too. You're going to experience a lot of things that...
Let Alejandra speak for herself.
Yeah, okay.
Do you think you're having as much fun as Marcus is right now?
She's having more fun.
You know, I am, yes.
Yeah.
No, like I said.
I can't afford that many girls.
Okay, it's very fun. I love the people that I'm meeting, right? I'm connecting with them. I'm being very, very selective on who I'm choosing to be with. But at the end, I always think of how long can I do this for, right? Because I have my long-term, I know what I want long-term. Right now, it works. This works for me. Long-term, I don't know if this is something that I can continue doing.
And that's exactly how I felt, because when I was looking for my person and it was not happening, I was having all the fun in the world, just, you know, dating and not getting serious. But once I realized that I was falling in love with Trucker, I didn't want anyone else.
Yeah.
It's once those feelings get that intense that you're in love with that person, if you tend to be monogamous, you're not really going to want the outside stuff. Now, I know couples who profess that they're very much in love and they would never leave each other, and they're ethically non-monogamous because they just need that spiciness in their relationship. That's not me.
Yeah.
That's my world. I have so much adoration for people that can be monogamous through and through, and they know that that's where they want to go in their life. For me, it just doesn't, and maybe I just haven't met that person like you have, Lily, but for me, it just doesn't feel right. So all my relationships I cultivate is just like those real intense connections, but able to physically explore or to have other experiences with people, because every single person in my mind can give you something different, can give you a different experience. You can get different emotional support from different types of humans. And the idea of kind of hoping that one person can do it for me. I'm a handful. I'm a tall drink of water and a big personality. So that's a lot to put on one person.
All those things are true. Right.
You're listening to Secret.
Season 2 of The Sunshine Place is the story of an experimental drug rehab for teenagers called Straight Incorporated, where kidnapping, brainwashing, and torture were disguised as therapy. It's the origin story of the troubled teen industry. How do I know this? Because I lived through it. The Sunshine Place, an Odyssey original podcast in association with Robert Downey Jr. and Susan Downey, is available now on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
Well, Alejandra's been able to meet some really influential men, networking opportunities. She's gotten a lot of value out of this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the bank account's getting bigger also because they do treat her nice financially.
Just saving for Australia.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's actually at a point now where she paid off a lot of debt, and she's asking me, hey, now I got all this money, what should I invest it in? Goals for the future. So.
You know what I'm doing with my lump sum of money?
Your lump sum?
Well, I have a lump sum that I haven't thrown at my mortgage yet.
Oh.
I could, but then I started thinking maybe there's something I could invest it in that would help it grow. And Trucker actually told me about his bank, his savings that he has with his bank is making 4.69% interest. So I'm thinking I'm going to throw up my chunk into his bank and make all that interest for a year or two and see how much I can grow it at that rate.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's not going to make you a lot of money.
What's going to make me some? Maybe what, like a few grand a year?
Yeah, not much.
That's better than nothing.
Well, it's better. No, granted, it's better than nothing, but I could steer you in a better direction. Like a very safe stuff.
Oh.
Making 10 to 15%.
Really?
Yeah.
Please
all day long.
Share.
Share that.
Let's know.
Why do you think that all these men, all these guys with this money from my country club call me up all the time going, hey, I got money. I need to invest it, get it invested. It's because I'm making them hundreds of thousands of dollars every year through really good, safe returns.
See, I just keep going back and forth about, do I just throw it at my mortgage, or do I invest it somewhere and try to grow it for a year or two and then pay off my mortggage?
Well, we'll talk afterwards, but there's some really good, safe real estate projects that you can invest it into and get double or triple what you get at a bank.
Well, that's good to know.
Not everybody has access to this, but I do. So I'm just letting you know.
That's a really interesting thing to talk about too, because if you are, I guess, all of us working in the sugaring world, you're working, you have an income, and then you have this money, which is great. And the point I'm at now, and obviously Lily, you're at that point too, and Alejandra, you too, where you're trying to figure out what to do with that money and what's the best choices. Like my little feral head wants to go traveling, but then I'm like, no, be mature. You're 30. Set yourself up. Come on. So I'd love to hear, like, Alejandra and Lily, like, where did your brains go as a sugar baby of like choosing what to spend your money on that wasn't just pretty fun things?
Well, I knew right away when I decided to retire that my pension was not super generous, and that if I wanted to maintain my home in my hometown and move to the city and be able to afford rent and utilities in two places and a mortgage back home, I was going to have to get very creative. And I did get very creative. I rented a room in my home to a girl who's a very close family friend, and she kind of keeps an eye on things. And then I had like a little adjacent apartment that I rent to a guy back home. Now that doesn't cover my entire mortgage or any of the utilities, so I still am responsible for that. I knew I needed to keep working when I moved up here, which is why I asked Marcus to employ me so that I could afford to pay rent here and utilities here. So anything extra, my goal has always been get rid of that mortgage. I'm basically paying $2,000 a month on my home. If I didn't have to pay that every month, I wouldn't have to work at all.
Which you're going to be rid of that mortgage soon.
Yeah, I'm down to owing like $60,000 on it.
You're going to knock that out really soon.
I've really hammered away at it since I've been sugaring.
Yeah.
So exciting.
Lily's done some really amazing things since I've met her. I mean, one guy was super wealthy and he wrote her a huge check and she just put it right on her mortgage, like $20,000.
$20,000.
Yeah.
That's such good self-restraint. My goodness.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's my main goal because, I mean, at my age, I want that house paid off. I want to be able to leave a legacy for my children and not have to feel like I live pension check to pension check.
You know, that's right out of Dave Ramsey's book, and I'm very proud of you. You know, I did an episode a few weeks ago about side hustles.
Yeah, I was with you.
Yeah, and that is right out of being financially independent. And I'm telling you what, sugar dating is so much more fun when you don't have to rely on that income.
Oh, yeah.
You can be much more picky.
It's so fun.
Right?
Yeah, like I don't want to be, I know there's a lot of people that use this obviously as an income and that's all they can do, but I'm so grateful that I don't have to do that. I have a great job. I love my work, but having this extra money is just like, I've never been in a position where I'm debt free since I was probably 18. Like I had a credit card from so young, so silly. So I've just busted my butt the last couple of years to get rid of it. And I'm finally in a great spot where you're just thinking about what you can do for your better self in the future, which is so lovely.
It is a good feeling being debt free. The only thing I have left is that mortgage.
Mom.
So when I'm done with that, I'm truly debt free.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good debt though. Like at least
It is
you've got a
good
roof over
debt.
your head.
And I have the most amazing interest rate. You wouldn't believe it. It's like 2.5 or something.
That's fantastic.
So I'm paying barely anything in interest.
So, Kat, what do you think about my gift to Alejandra for Christmas?
Ooh, the boobies. I can't wait to see you next so I can feel.
You'll definitely have a feel.
What size do you think you want to go to?
I don't know. I'm very, very overwhelmed right now.
She's been watching a lot of TikTok videos.
Before and afters. I even joined a group on Facebook.
You did?
Yes. And it's very overwhelming because they're saying don't even look at the numbers or the cup of your bra because you can be broader and the size of the CCs can look different on everyone.
That's true. I have the exact same CCs that I had before the lift, but they look significantly smaller. And it's because a lot of the effects of gravity, where as you gain weight, as you lose weight, so the loose skin is gone. So I feel like they look significantly smaller. What do you think they do?
What?
Look smaller? Do you think my boobs look smaller? Did you,
I have not seen them.
Did you ever check me out before?
Oh, yeah, you have big boobies.
Yeah, and they were, they're
definitely perkier.
I had to lift them up with the boulder holders.
Yes.
I don't have to do that anymore. I'm in my no bra era.
I love this for you.
I love that.
It's so good.
Here at 54 and no bra.
It's so good.
Looking fine, looking fly.
I'll join you
I'll
very
tell you
soon.
what.
They're still sizable, but they're not. I swear to God, they're half the size they were before.
But I'm telling you what, Lilly at 54, when she walked to the studio today, I could see every head turn. I mean, she is still gaining the
Literally
attention. Oh, yeah.
stunning.
Absolutely.
Alejandra, what makes you want to, have you always wanted to get this procedure done?
Always.
Always.
I've always been very flat-chested, and I always joke around with my brother, you took all the good genes.
Yeah,
he has
her
very
brother
great-
has huge pecs, and so if he wore a bra, it would be much bigger than Alejandra's.
Probably double D's even.
Yeah.
But they're muscular.
Yeah,
they're not very feminine. They're muscular.
He's bodybuilder.
Yes. My mom is praying every day that I do not get this procedure
Yeah, her mom's
done.
against it.
Why?
She is scared for me to get the breast implant illness.
Oh, yeah.
And she just keeps watching YouTube videos on people getting explants done and how great they feel. So she's like, I'm praying every night that you don't go through this. I'm like, well, pray harder because I'm getting a consultation soon.
So wait a minute. Have I lost favor with your mom?
No.
Okay.
Well, I think those cases are more rare than one would think. Rarer or more rare?
I don't
Rarer.
know. You're the educated one.
Either way, I think you hear all the horror stories and you don't necessarily hear the success stories, because I have had breast implants since I was in my 30s. I think when we looked it up, I'd had my old ones for 21 years with no problems. Got my mammogram every year. Everything was fine. No leaking. They were the saline ones. And now that I've switched out, I switched to silicone. But I just think every once in a while a person has a nightmare story, but I don't think it's as common as your mom might be.
I'm not concerned. Right now, I'm overwhelmed because there's so much to it. The profile, the CCs, I mean, everything. And it's your body. You're doing this the first time. You're paying a lot of money. And it's overwhelming having to decide the surgeon.
Alejandra's one of these people, like, if we go to Hawaii, she's instantly on her phone watching every TikTok about Hawaii.
Doing my research.
We're going to Cabo San Lucas in a week, and she's just all over TikTok about everything Cabo San Lucas.
I love TikTok.
So that's where she gets all of her information from TikTok.
We're all four going together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you know that?
Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous.
Yeah. Okay. So
Thanks to Podcast Fanboy.
yeah, get this. You remember Podcast Fanboy?
Yeah. I didn't get to meet him at the last party. He was madly in love, I think, from memory.
And he still is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
And I think it's the same girl this time.
Yes, the same girl.
Same girl.
That's so exciting.
But he has townhouse. What is it?
It's a 4,000 square foot penthouse, like timeshare condo.
Beachfront
Yeah.
Wow.
in Cabo and he's letting us use it.
Because he can't use it this week that we're going. He's like, if you guys can use it, feel free. And all of a sudden, Alejandra's mom and stepdad are going. And then Lilly and Trucker are bringing
his stepdaughter and her boyfriend.
Yeah, so
it's going to be a party.
We are going to have some fun.
That's so cool.
I really can't even
that.
afford to be out of town that long because I got so many projects going. But I said, fuck it. I'm doing it.
It's maybe once in a lifetime opportunity at our age.
Wow. Thanks for putting it in perspective, Lilly.
I'm not kidding. Trucker and I talk all the time about, we got to live it to the fullest because we don't know how much opportunity or time or health we have left.
And you know what? Maybe that is part of the reason why with Alejandra, I wanted to have an open relationship because I am having a lot of fun meeting a lot of people that I never had the opportunity to do as younger. I was with plenty of girls when I was younger, but I never really felt like I was with the girls that I enjoyed being. I was with the girls that would be with me. If that makes sense.
There was some slim pickings.
Yeah, I didn't really have much of a choice back then. And now I feel like it's so fun because I can meet all these people and they're actually willing to meet me. And maybe I'm just sowing my wild oats. I don't know. But at age, what am I, 56 now?
You're getting up there, sir.
And I'm thinking, man, these are my prime time.
Do you have any travels planned out, Kat?
Not right now, but I'm aiming. I would love to come back over to America at the same time next year, hopefully. Usually off work season is like June to July. So I like to escape the horrible winter here. So yeah, hopefully we'll come visit you guys.
What is the weather there now?
It's really nice. So it's spring coming into summer. So we're sitting at around 22, 23 degrees. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit for you guys, but
That's Celsius.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Sunny
What's
and lovely.
interesting for us is we are coming out of summer going into winter. Actually, we're in fall right now.
Yeah, I'm shattered that I don't get to come and see Phoenix for the party this year in November. I remember you saying the weather was just incredible at this time.
It will be. We're still trying to shake off this record heat that we've had all summer while Florida's getting hurricanes and rain and, it's just crazy. But by the time this episode comes out, we might even have we're going to have a new president. We just don't even know which one, though. I'll be glad when that's over. Right?
I'll be glad if civil war doesn't break out.
Oh, I think, either outcome is going to be treacherous. But anyway, you think you might come here next year?
Yeah, I want to come visit next year.
Maybe we can coordinate. Yeah, maybe we can coordinate a party around your travel schedule.
Well, you keep me in mind. You tell me what you come up with.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Now back to the show with your host, Mark.
Season 2 of The Sunshine Place is the story of an experimental drug rehab for teenagers called Straight Incorporated, where kidnapping, brainwashing, and torture were disguised as therapy. It's the origin story of the troubled teen industry. How do I know this? Because I lived through it. The Sunshine Place, an Odyssey original podcast in association with Robert Downey Jr. and Susan Downey, is available now on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Yes.
I'm a little upset because Dua Lipa came out with her tour and she would be my number one choice to have a party around, but she's not coming to Phoenix. So actually, Lilly, I want you to check into the suites in Chicago.
Oh, she's going to play in Chicago?
Yeah.
Is
that would
she
be a really
playing-
good
Dua Lipa's
option.
playing in Melbourne, just an FYI, next year, if you guys happen to want to come to Australia.
Oh, wow.
I really do love Australia so much.
You think we could get enough people to fill the party?
I
don't
reckon we
know.
could. 100%.
It'd be a little more
I will
challenging.
make sure of it.
How crazy would that be?
It would be insane.
To take the party to Australia and then just fill it full of Aussies?
Yeah, that would be wild.
Wow, that would be... You know what? I'm kind of getting a little tingling feeling about that.
Aussies can party, guys. Just a heads up.
Oh, yeah.
And that accent, it's a trucker better watch out because I do like me an Aussie man.
A little thunder from down under.
Something about that accent.
Well, we are looking at a few dates for our next Sugarpalooza. I've already identified a couple of concerts. You know, one of them, I don't know if we're going to pull the trigger on this, but it's an Australian girl. It's an Australian singer.
Ooh.
Guess who? She's hitting Phoenix in April on a Saturday.
Her initials are KM.
Yeah. Kylie Minogue.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be fun.
Do you think anybody would want to?
Years ago, she's good.
Yeah,
she's fun.
Now, most of her hits are from 15, 20 years ago. She's actually been making music on the charts since the 80s.
Yeah, she played Glastonbury Festival. She was insane. Really good performance.
Do you think that would make a good Sugarpalooza?
I think it would be a great sing along. Definitely.
Yeah, I just don't know if enough people would be that interested. Anyway, that's one that we're looking at. One possibility, maybe next April, but we'll see. We will certainly announce it when we figure it out. But
well, if you have one for June and July, keep me in mind, guys. I'll make my way over.
What's your schedule like at the end of March? Do you want to come to my birthday party?
Oh,
I'd love to come to your birthday party.
My birthday party is in New York City.
Oh my God, I've never been to New York. That'd be amazing.
I'm turning 55, so I'm going to do 5 plays in 5 days.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
you know,
Broadway shows.
We need to plan a whole shindig around this thing. That sounds like an amazing trip.
My daughter and her husband are going to go for like 3 of the days.
Yeah.
And then some of my college friends are coming. Yeah, it's going to be so great.
That'll be a great time for New York, too, as the spring is hitting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everyone's invited. You just have to make your own arrangements. I'll tell you what shows we're going to.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to pick 5 plays. I need people to give me recommendations. What are your 5 favorite Broadway shows?
All right. Well, if you guys want to share those with us, go to our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com. Let us know what 5 plays Lilly should see in 5 days on Broadway or even off Broadway.
And I want it to be all ones I haven't already seen.
Well, what have you seen?
I've seen so many. I've seen Miss Saigon and I've seen...
Well, a lot of these probably aren't even playing anymore.
No, probably not. Les Mis. When I was there with Kimmy, we saw, the one about Henry VIII's wives. I can't remember what it's called. We saw that.
Chicago?
I've seen Chicago.
Yeah, I don't even know if these are still in production.
Yeah, I'm going to have to Google what's showing. I already have many recommendations from my girlfriend who lives in New Jersey. No, not New Jersey. I don't know where she lives. It's by New York.
She's in America somewhere.
It's by New York City, though, and not the Bronx.
Okay. All right. So all right, listeners, you have an assignment. And if you want to join Lilly and Trucker and possibly myself and possibly Alejandra, who knows how many other people are going to be there.
Maybe Kat.
Yeah.
But we're going to do 5 plays in 5 days in New York City at the end of March. We will get you details. But if you got any recommendations for us, let us know. And then if you join our Patreon, you can message us directly there or our Instagram. We get those immediately. All right, Kat, anything else from Down Under?
Not at all. Thanks for having me, guys. Lovely to see all your beautiful faces.
You headed to work now?
I am. I'm going straight to the office from here.
Yeah, you look great.
Yeah, you're glowing.
Yes, you're so beautiful.
I
missed you.
I miss you guys.
All right. Well, if you guys, again, want to share your crazy sugar dating stories, go to our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com, and you can also message us on Instagram. And please, please, please join the family. We want to have you there. I don't care if it's a free, as a free member even, but we want to have you as a part of our Patreon group. I've got a link to it at the bottom of this episode and also on our website. It's patreon.com/secrets of a sugar daddy podcast. Oh, and one other thing. If you want to know how to pleasure a woman properly, click on the OMG Yes program on the top of our website. We are an affiliate with them, so go to our website first, click on that, and I promise you it will be worth it. What do you think, Alejandra?
Go buy it now.
Yeah.
It is
such a good app.
It is so worth it. Okay,
Yeah.
Question for Kat. When you do your kind of get-togethers with the other girl and your sugar stud, do you and the girl play with each other, or is it just both the girls are pleasuring your stud?
I'm getting the best of both worlds here, my love.
Okay, so maybe you might want to check out that course because it's really effective.
Yeah, whether you're a man or woman, it's very good, very informative.
Oh, yes. I'm down for that.
It's for everyone.
Damn it. I have more questions now when we're ending the program.
It's only not for me
You
because
brought that up.
I think vaginas are ugly.
Okay, well, that's your opinion.
Disagree.
Okay, I asked Trucker the other day, I go, are you a boob guy or a butt guy? And he goes, I'm a vagina guy.
There you go.
That's a great answer. I love that.
That's why we love Trucker.
He thinks they're beautiful. I'm like, ew.
Okay. Until next time, see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to connect or even be on the show, we'd love to hear from you at secretsofasugardaddy.com.